Hi Leo, welcome to your weekly reading for March 31st through April 6th. I'm going to be taking a look at the person on your mind, how you both feel about each other, the connection between the two of you, and the outcome. This is general. It may not resonate for everyone. If it does, go ahead and hit that like button. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channels. It helps me to pick up on your energy for all future reads. At the end of your reading, I will be pulling an oracle message from the Priestess of Light oracle deck to give us some more insight, guidance, and clarification on your situation. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump right in. For Leo, please show me how they feel about the person on their mind. Okay, Leo, Six of Cups, the Sun, the King of Cups, Nine of Wands came out additionally. Bottom of the deck is the Six of Wands. Reconnecting with somebody from your past here, and there's a lot of excitement and happiness and joy, feeling that love, even though in the past this person did cause you some pain here. But you're really trying to focus on the positivity of this is a win situation. It's not like it used to be. So yeah, I like that you're really in your element and feeling that you two reconnecting feels really good, and is making you, very happy and feeling like things are growing towards a lot of love, even though there was a lot of hurt and pain in the past. So let's go ahead and look at how this person feels about you, Leo. How does this person feel about Leo? You really want to know, Leo? Okay, this person does feel that you can be self-centered. They feel that you have not changed, that this is the same cycle as it was. You haven't learned from the past, which creates more challenges here, and that it's your way or no way at all. The Queen of Swords is at the bottom of the deck, so they're not willing to open up their heart towards love, because of the fact that they feel you want too much attention from so many people, or that everything has to be your way and you're not listening to anybody else. So Leo, do you like to talk a lot about yourself to this person? If you're wanting this to work, switch things around and allow this person to talk about themselves and find out I get it. You get overexcited. If you like to talk a lot about yourself, it's just like you're trying to carry the conversation because that's what you typically do, just to, make things lighthearted. You're not trying to do it to be like, oh, it's me, 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 but that's how they're seeing it. So if you switch it around and say, what's going on in your life, and allow this person to open up and talk, then they might have a different tune. But right now they're feeling that it's constantly competitive with you, and that they're just kind of cutting through the BS. Like, they're looking at the situation and they're really trying to rationalize, but they feel like you can be very straightforward. There's nothing wrong with that. But, this person's seeing it as like, how dare you still do that? So let's go ahead and feeling like nothing has changed. Let's go ahead and get the connection between you and this person. Oh, so in this connection, there was betrayal and somebody returns, whether it was you returned or they returned, but you're reconnecting with this person returning in your life. And the betrayal that happened, someone's not accepting ownership of it. More so, they're abusing their powers to be like, it wasn't me, that was so long time ago, blah, blah, blah. And it's more karma of the same situation all over again in this connection. Knight of Cups is at the bottom of the deck, which is showing me that there is love that can be there. However, that Ten of Swords in reverse, Ten of Wands in reverse, Emperor in reverse, is showing me that someone is not wanting to accept the hurt and pain that was caused in the past. And you felt hurt by this person. So it's like this person's like, no, I'm not taking ownership of that. But, it is what it is. Maybe it was the other way around, and that's where they're coming off with the, everything has to be about you, Leo. Why can't it just be about what's currently happening? And if you brought up the past too, about the situation that happened or something like that, that's where they're like, can we just move on? But maybe you want them to own up to what happened in the past as well. Maybe you're expecting an apology of some sort, but you're enjoying the moment. I see you really enjoying their company and hoping that things grow towards love and like, you know what, I'm having a good time. This person is really maturing. Are they really maturing? Because the way they feel about you is not of that. So let's go ahead and start clarifying. We're going to start with the Six of Cups. Tell me more about the Six of Cups. So they reached out to you. You got a text message from this person or some kind of message from this person while you were just enjoying your singlehood, doing your own thing, and they reached out to you. You took a moment to pause because you didn't know what to do at first. Like, what in the world? This person is returning. Why? It does happen, especially during retrograde, which we are in until the 7th of April. So, the Page of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, Six of Cups. You two have history together. So, they reach out to you. Maybe because they're single now. Maybe they weren't in the past. But, you were just enjoying your life and living how you want to. And this person reaching out made you feel like you needed to move slow with getting back to them or whatever the case may be. Let's go ahead and clarify the Sun. Yeah, this person does make you happy, but you're not gossiping to anyone about it or telling anyone about it. You have these feelings of love for them, and they do excite you whenever they are around you. But you feel like you still can't trust them. Seven of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. So your intuition is telling you, hey, they may not have changed. But even though they excite you, you're like, I just want to keep this quiet. I don't want anyone to know. So that Page of Swords in reverse, the Page of Cups and the Sun, that Page of Swords in reverse, and rather than, vocalizing what you learn or what you know, you are just keeping it to yourself here. So let's go ahead and clarify that King of Cups. That might be why they're like, you haven't changed. Why? Because you don't want people to know that you're talking to them because you don't know what's going to happen. Plus, you're already feeling, I don't know if I can trust this person. Yeah, you're absolutely falling in love with them. You see yourself having a future with them being the one, starting over, and, starting anew. Like, let's have this fresh new start, new beginning here. And I like this because I like how they're making me feel. But you drop your guard a little bit with them. You're taking your time, but dropping your guard a little bit with them to let them in and express your feelings. It makes you happy to be yourself. You feel that your energy is really illuminating in this situation, and not because of them. You just feel you can be yourself, and that if they want to be with you, then they will accept you for who you are. And if they don't, well, then they're not right, and you're okay with that. And I see that you're very strong and confident here, but you are falling for them, and you feel like my heart is in this, and You know, I want this relationship. 10 of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Ace of Pentacles. You know, you want this relationship, but you definitely are wanting to establish some ground rules, some boundaries here. If we start over, if we give this a chance, then you need to know what my expectations are and what I want. And I see you vocalizing that to them, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now let's go ahead and clarify this Queen of Wands in reverse of how they feel about you. That's why I'm like, what is this? Why did they come back though? This doesn't make any sense for them to come back. Oh, wow. They just want to have fun. So this person definitely is in the I'm a player kind of mode. Like, let's have fun. It's going to be great. You know, we'll do this as long as you'll allow, but I can't commit to you. Because they're seeing you in this like self-absorbed stage of you always need a lot of attention. You always attract a lot of attention. It kind of tells me this person has a jealousy streak to them. Even if they don't say it out loud, like, yeah, I'm jealous. They get jealous that other people are attracted to you, that you attract attention to yourself. And they take that as you're trying to get extra attention. Why is that necessary? You can't help it. You're a Leo. Don't feel bad, Leo, that you get attention from other people, that people gravitate to you. You are the sun. Everybody wants to be under the sun because it's warm, it's inviting, you know, it's good for you. So don't settle or sell yourself short here. But 3 of Wands in reverse, the Ace of Wands in reverse, and then the Queen of Cups in reverse. So they have no reason to stay long term. They just reached out to you to see if they still had a shot here. But they see you as still the same. They don't see a future here. They feel like nothing's progressing, which is making them feel like that fire is dying out quickly. Like that candle can't stay lit here because they don't feel the love. They don't feel that, you know, this is something like, oh my gosh, I want this and Leo's my forever person. They might have thought that when they were reaching out to you, but they're seeing this as like more of, I'm going to stay around and we can hang out and we can have a good time and it's going to be great and let's be spontaneous, but I might not stay forever. I can't commit to that. So let's go ahead and clarify the World card in reverse. And feeling like you two have some unfinished business. That's not, you know, they just feel like it's the same pattern over and over with Leo. But we have unfinished business. Okay. And then they start thinking like, do we have unfinished business? Because I thought this would feel different. Then don't waste Leo's time. You know, no one should have their time wasted like that. Let's go ahead and clarify the World card in reverse. So they feel that you have not changed, you haven't learned from the past situation, that it still leads to an argument with you and you become defensive and they are trying to have the second chance at a relationship with you. Now, how does that make sense whenever they had no intention of staying? Right? You already felt you can't trust them, and because you're open and honest about it, and they're like, you don't want anyone to see us together. This just doesn't feel right. 5 of Wands, 7 of Wands, the Judgment card. So they're feeling that you're the one who creates the drama because of your defense, you know, to like push them away. And they also feel like you've changed in ways, but you haven't changed in others, if that makes sense. Like, you're still the same, you still want to argue, you still want to always be right is how they feel, and that you don't let them in, and that they just wanted a second chance, but you won't give them that because you keep pushing them away. And they're like, you know what, I thought you would have learned, But this is their lesson to learn that you aren't the same person you once were. They can sit there and say, you're still the same because you do this, that, and the other. That's just who you are. But you've learned that you can't trust this person, so you weren't going to just let them back in as easily as they thought. And they had no intention of staying from the get-go. And that really made you feel very in tune with your higher self. Like, my gut instincts are telling me something's off, even though I feel this love. It could be good if they changed, if things were better. But, and you being honest about what you're looking for and what you want, trying to give this a chance, you still are like, we have to go slow and take it slow. And they're like, why? We know each other. Let's go ahead and clarify the Five of Wands. Tell me more about the Five of Wands. So they feel there's other competition, like you look really good and I know there's somebody else, and you want to, they are feeling that, I know that Leo has somebody else on the side, that there's someone new in their life. It's not just me, and they want to take things slow because there's somebody else. So they feel competition from others because people are attracted to you. Somebody might like you. Somebody might smile at you. And to them, that indicates, oh, well, they want a relationship with Leo. Leo might want to be with them. And so the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck, that's where they're feeling like, I'm using my intuition. But sometimes we have more of a biased or unbiased, like a unbiased thought of this is how it is, or biased. I mean, the way that they're thinking is, my intuition is telling me that you have somebody else, Leo. That's how they think. But really, that's just the thought in their mind more than it is their intuition telling them, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. So let's go ahead and get the outcome between you and this person. You end up disappointed because this person delays communication and moving forward. You know, even when they showed up that they were ready and they wanted love, and you're just tired of it. You end up cutting them out of your life and calling them out on their BS because you deserve that 10 of Cups. And, you know, you're happy where you're at. You don't need someone who's going to pull you backwards here. Five of Cups, the Eight of Wands in reverse, and the King of Cups comes out as the outcome. You know, look how that disappointment comes in again. Them saying goodbye, not talking to you, but I'll always love you. And you're like, for real? Let me tell you how I feel. So, you know, calling them out on things because don't show up telling me that you want to be in a relationship and that you love me and all this other stuff. And then you turn around and you back off again. That's crazy. So I get where you're coming from, especially when you feel your time gets wasted. But they don't like the fact that you have changed. And yet they're saying you haven't changed. You're not letting them back in so easily. You're not accepting, you know, the BS that they're bringing to this. And they're not taking accountability and showing that they have matured, that things have changed for them to see you differently. Because you're definitely showing them that you have matured and you see things differently. That's why you're putting those boundaries there of, if you want this new beginning, then there's certain rules, and these are my ground rules. You cannot cross these boundaries with me, and they don't like that. So that's on them. All right, Leo, let's go ahead and get an oracle message for you. What do you want Leo to know about their reading? So healing earth, the power to give and receive healing. I love that. And this is that spiritual lesson that's being learned in this situation here. They might not feel that there's a spiritual lesson, but they're definitely going to learn one when you don't give in so easily. You're giving healing to yourself, and you're receiving healing from a situation that you're looking at now and going, okay, even though this felt good, I now see they haven't changed and I'm moving on. So we have bright earth, light, open connections, okay? Because you are heading in the direction of more aligned relationships and people with intentions that match yours, and it feels good. You're going to definitely get a blessing out of this with the way that you're handling things. All right, this is what I have for you, Leo. If it resonates for your situation, go ahead and hit that like button. I will see you in your next reading coming up. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.